Right. So now we are on GBP USD, and you guys know the point of interest that we do have in this market. We have your order block, your breaker block, fair value gaps, highs and low, open and close, previous candle highs and lows, not just swing highs and lows. They are also included. I will repeat myself. We have breaker, mitigation, order blocks, fair value gaps, swing highs and swing low, previous candle highs and lows. They are all points of interest, and as well open and close of a candle. Let's say in this case we have this kind of consecutive candle. The open and close that we drew out is a point of interest in this time frame, right? And this other open and close, which is like the top, is also a point of interest. Like this, when you see double open and close like this, it's a point of interest. What validates them, or when price trade into them, that is when we want to start looking for opportunity to take a trade. If we don't see any setup in that area, as soon as price trade into that area, then there is no trade for us. We don't have to force it. There could be a point of interest that is not going to hold price. It's not all point of interest that is mandatory or designed to hold price. What about if there is no pending orders there? So that means price will not react from there. Price will just trade through it and went straight to where there is pending order. There are pending orders. So that is basically why we have all these points of interest, because they are area where institutional traders place their order, either buy or sell. So that is why they hold price, and price trade into them, then they hold price and trade away. So it's not because it's point of interest, then price have to get there and turn around or something. If there is order there, then price will react in that area and what start giving you setup to trade away from something like that. So in this case, we have the 6 months time frame right here, and we have open and close as a point of interest, and we also have this double area as a point of interest. I know most of you will be asking, why is this other block? Is this another block or something? Of course, it's other block, but I don't need to mark it as other block. First of all, I can see this open and close is much closer to price than this high or neither the other block or something. So that is for that. And if you go to the 3 month time frame, and you can see how it looks in the 3 month time frame, we have this balanced area before price trade away from here, which means there is like 99% that orders are still pending here, right here. Doesn't matter whether this one trade into it. I prefer the body of the candle like this, whether here or the top like this, it doesn't matter. But here they are all the same. If price get here, we eventually tap into this area where we drew out. So this is what we have. So we know GU needs to trade higher, which means this high needs to get taken, needs to get run somehow before we get to this area. So on this time frame, we already have our levels where we want price to trade to. This one and this one right here. This is where we have identified for price to trade into. And where is price right now? Price is right here. Where is it coming from? Right here. In this price leg down, what can we see around this area? We've traded above this high, this area, and the only area that we haven't is the body of this candle right here, which is still far away a little bit. If you take, we have at least 170 pips to the upside. This is the monthly time frame. and we know this high is at risk. We might come to run this high, tap into this area or this area, but the closest is this point of interest right here before this high and this area. So in the weekly time frame, what can we see? What is the price doing? So this is when you start to look for an area where you can take your buy to trade into this level, this level, this level. And what area can we see in this price action? Because price is here, starting from where? Right here to this area, because this is the current price. So what levels can you see right here to this area is what we are going to be looking at. So first of all, when price moved higher, what do we have? We created the fair value gap right here. We use the fair value gap to move price higher. So when price moved higher, what did price do? Price broke, let's see, above this one, and also broke above this high right here. So which means we have two areas. Remember, price could use the closest area to move price away, right? Because there is no need to retrace deeper when we have a place where we are going to. So what happened here was we have a fair value gap, a tiny one. Let me show you guys right here. We did traded into this area, to this fair value gap. And as well, we also have this area right here, right here. After a break of this high, with this green candle right here, this whole area become valid. And why? It is the last down area before a break of that high right here. You can see a green candle, 1, 2, 3, before this movement to this, to take out this high right here. So this whole candles become valid, and a fair value gap was created as well. So it becomes a what? A unicorn model. Whether you want to use this candle like this right here, the fair value gap, or just the body of this whole candles down, it's all the same. It's a unicorn model. So we have a 3 points of interest there, which held price strongly and moved price away to the upside. So now, what do we have now? Because we have used this level, this fair value gap, and this breaker right here. So now, what do we have that we could possibly, get a buy from and continue this price to the upside? So first of all, we have these two candles right here. What is this two candle? They were also a level right here. These two candles right here, they became valid after price has broken above this area. So you can literally mark this high like this, because now we are using this whole level. Price have broken above this area, so we can use this one. We can use this fair value gap 2 as well for price to trade in and what? Like this, and continue going higher. I mean, price can also just continue going higher without trading back into this area now. So anything is possible with price, but we don't have to chase it. If it comes to our area of interest, like the way we identify it, then yeah, we can look for tradable opportunity. And remember, there is also a level right here, this one right here. But I'm not identifying it because for now we have two levels above this level. So that is why I choose this fair value gap and this area for now. If we trade through this area, we didn't get any setup, then there is a level right here that we might be coming towards. So now we have this area, and this is the weekly, and this is this week. So what we can see is like last week we traded like we balanced this area. This week is looking like balanced, and for what I can see probably tomorrow we're going to get a sell market, something like that. I'm not sure yet, but for what I can see, you can see this candlestick fail to close above this candle, and now this week we fail to trade above. I know tomorrow is the last day of the week. We don't know if we're going to trade above this area. It's possible like that, but like last week we didn't trade above this area, so we were expecting price to probably come here to continue higher because we already created this fair value gap last week with this candle. So we were expecting lower prices to come back here and continue price to the upside, but we didn't get that this week yet. So maybe from tomorrow and next week we might be seeing something like that. And going to the daily time frame now, remember this is from what, 1 week, but all right. So going to the daily time frame, what can we see on the daily time frame? First, we have now a high. We came back into some area right here. Maybe we might see that where from the 4 hour. Then we traded, we have a high again. Now price will return back to this area. So I was expecting price could probably go higher, but with these candles, we don't know what is going to happen until tomorrow. But on the 4 hour time frame, what we can see is that price took out a high and closed below this low. This is the 4 hour time frame. We have a level right here. This whole candles, and price is kind of respecting this area, and we also have a fair value gap right here. So let's see if this fair value gap could hold price tomorrow and continue going down. Then you already have a target, a point of interest that you might be targeting. So where are you going to be targeting? This area, all the way to this area, or just inside this fair value gap, or to this line. It depends. But once we get into this area, then yeah, we fulfill our objective. Price can decide to trade back up or continue going down to tap this line. So it's up to price to decide that. But now we can see some kind of setup is forming right here. Like I say, there is no straight engulfing candle right here. So we created a fair value gap with a displacement. So let's see if price will respect that fair value gap in this area. So what was this? You see previous Asia session, and we have this Asia session right here in London. Then New York was trying to trade back into this area. But tomorrow, of course, we trade session, so we don't just trade anyhow. We wait to see what price we do in London session. That will also be very crucial in this. If price Asia session is going to trade tonight and see what happens, and if London can probably take out Asia highs and give us some setup to the downside, then yeah, you have a lot of level, a lot of lows to target. So all lows, and the last low right here. So 1, 2, 3 lows before we get to our point of interest. Let's see. This is what we have on GBP USD. So it might be a selling opportunity. There is no news anyway tomorrow, so we could see a possible down movement tomorrow. Price trade back into this fair value gap 4 hour and continue to the downside. And of course, price can also just take out this high before it give us that setup. That's why we just sleep, see what Asia does, then London session and New York, we can see what price is going to do later on. And this is for GU. And now GJ. GJ. I don't know if I should delete all of this, but starting again. So GJ, what we can see this week so far, this high, we wanted price to close above this high so that price can trade back down and continue going higher for this high, right? So what we see this week so far, we've run this high form of liquidity. Now price is trading back down. Where is price trading to? If you look at this whole price action right here, what we have is this range. Let me take this range that we were still trading on. The price has run the high now. Price is trading down, and we also see some kind of high right here. We haven't traded and closed above it. So we will see tomorrow. That's why I still want GJ to go higher more tomorrow. If we can close above this high tomorrow, then we might be expecting price to trade back into this area right here for a continuation to the upside from the weekly perspective. So this is how it looks. But in the daily perspective, this is how it looks from the daily. We have this area that price traded into right here, and it rejected and continue going higher. And of course, we have this area and the fair value gap. This fair value gap kind of hold this price because price didn't close below it. So which is a good sign that maybe price will now continue going higher and closed above this high from the weekly perspective. I want to see the weekly, which is going to end tomorrow, close above this high. Then we can now see a possible retracement back to this area. So for now, I think GJ might still buy up, but there is a little go slow here. But for me, I want price to close from the weekly time frame above this high. Where and the daily, we can see we are still respecting this fair value gap. Price traded down all the way and close inside this fair value gap. So there could be another opportunity that price might trade down again before we trade above this high tomorrow. Before the day ends, it might go back up and trade above that high. So if we can see a closure above this area, then we might be seeing next week, a pullback into this area, then a continuation to the upside. 4 hour, what do we have? You can see 4 hour, we did have some kind of setup, not breaking this high first, but we did have an engulfing area right here, this area back, and we didn't really tap into the body, but we tapped into the candlestick. So we don't know if this is enough to push this price higher, but if it's not, then we might see a thing like this. Price will continue trading higher and close with body above this level right here. As soon as we close with body above this level, then this will now become our point of interest. We now wait for price to retest that area. So which means if we trade above this high, then retest and continue going higher. This is what I want to see with price, which means it will lead to the weekly closing above this level, because from the weekly we haven't closed above that level. So if we can see something like that tomorrow, then this green candle will continue going higher, then we close above this area, then we can now see the weekly perspective trading back down and continue to the upside. Is that understood?
Yes.
Are you sure?
Yes.
Not sure, but yes.
If you are not sure, you better ask question now. What you are not sure about.
So I guess for me, it's the way you see structure, and I'm just watching you do it, and um, I can follow once you point it out,
Mm-hmm.
but um, yeah, I will have to rewatch this one anyways, but just continue. It's just, yeah, structure
Okay. Maybe structure is the problem. Yes.
for me.
Mm. Okay.
I think it's for me too, to be honest, because I mean, I was talking to Cherry earlier and I was telling her, I'm like, I can follow him and understand everything he's saying when we're on the Zooms and we're practicing and everything, but then I go to my charts and I'm like, okay, I have this, I wrote everything down, I took my notes, I'm ready to go dive into these charts, and then I go to the chart and I start marking up, and then I'm like, shit, where am I at now?
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah,
I
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
mean,
I
I mean,
think
like,
that's kind of like. Sorry, go ahead.
Continue,
I feel
Anna.
like
Go
I
ahead.
know,
Sorry,
but
Anna.
then at the time it's like, right when I'm on there, I'm like, I don't know what I'm doing anymore.
So, okay, good. If
So sorry, Andrew. I'm sorry.
okay,
What I see is like is this thing is kind of happening to most of us. That's my problem. Also, like okay, I understand this thing. Like I actually understand it. I can mark it up, but to enter the trade, that's another problem that I have. So it's kind of like this thing is not just one person. It's kind of happening to most of people. I don't know.
then we will have to go through market structure again.
Yes, can I just say something though? Because
Mm.
sometimes I feel like when you do your marking, you're so into it and you keep moving the chart like back and forth and left and right and up and down,
Ah, okay.
where I can't really see the big picture because you're zooming in, which I can understand why you're zooming in. But like for instance, when you saw my entry, I put my entry for US 30
Mm-hmm.
after you sent the entry for the second entry for US 30, right?
Mm-hmm.
Because you had the first entry since, was it yesterday or day before
Yeah.
yesterday? Okay. So day before yesterday I wanted to enter, but my funds did not reach my account yet. So I
Ah,
was
okay.
looking for another entry, and I was happy to see that I picked the right order block from the same one that you posted,
Mm-hmm.
which is why I was like, oh, yes. So I saw the two consecutive, I took the order block as the two consecutive candles
Correct.
before the up move.
Yes.
Usually I only see the order block as the two candle formation. So now I'm seeing more like the sequence.
Mm-hmm.
Like I understand now that the order block can be more than just one candle.
Correct.
Yeah. So
Mm-hmm.
sometimes you move the chart while you
Explain
marking.
to yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay,
Okay.
I will be slowing the
That's
chat down. If I'm moving so fast, you have to say, "Hey, can you can you calm down?" Okay. So
okay. Okay.
understandable.
Yeah.
Understandable. So although we still have to go through market structure because a lot of people are having issue with that. Market structure is kind of difficult as well. It's not like just having issue with it. It's kind of difficult. It's broad. The way I will see my market structure is different from the way somebody else will see their market structure.
Yes.
So, but so market structure. Let's. I'm not going to teach down right now, but like let's just go back. Now, this area right here is not valid yet. If I go to the daily, right, you can see there was a break of structure to the upside, right? And what is daily? Daily is a higher time frame, right?
Mm-hmm.
But I'm telling you right now that this area is not valid right now.
And why?
Good. Because this level was marked out from the weekly time frame. There is a chance that trade price could trade below this area right now. Yes, there is no issue. But once it trade back up and break that high, price can literally retest right now. Oh my God, where is it? Price can literally retest this area and then continue going higher. That is when it became valid. But for now, it's not valid. It's not valid right now. Even if price trade below it or price trade into this area, it's not valid. I'm not going to be even looking at it.
Why?
The same thing I'm saying.
Okay, so if you go to the weekly, does it? I'm not sure why this one is not valid. And if it's not
Right here.
valid, why are you marking it in the first place?
I just explained to you earlier that I want price to keep on going higher from here and trade and closes above this line.
Mm-hmm.
You can see this line, price haven't traded and closed above it yet.
Yes.
So that's why I told you guys that I want to see price tomorrow close higher. If we can close higher, and which means we're going to close above this line, then this line is now valid.
Ah, yeah, okay, I remember because you said on the weekly it was still not
Here,
past that
you
other
can
wick
see,
or something. Yeah, it needs to
right?
pass the wick. Uh-huh.
It just wicked out and wicked the overall highs.
Yeah.
The overall high, let me tell you something. So this is one thing you guys are confused about. You see, now mark this area out. If price closes above this area, right,
Mm-hmm.
is valid. Price can trade back and continue.
Mm-hmm.
And if price trade above this high and break it, right,
Mm-hmm.
this one is valid still, but I would prefer this one now. This is how it works.
Yes, because it actually broke structure if it goes past that point.
Exactly. Now,
Yeah.
this is now valid more than
Yeah.
this because
Yeah.
it is the first line of defense, which is like the first point of interest we will get to. But now, if we just close above this area like this, like
With the
this,
body.
with the body above this area, then this is valid for me. If price can
Yeah.
trade back, then we will be looking for buying opportunity.
Yeah, okay, so
The
it's
same
better
as
to,
if
yeah.
this buying opportunity now close above this high, then this area is valid for price to retest and continue. You guys understand?
Yeah, I think I understand that one.
And once price gets here, or here, you have to look for confirmation. You can take it straight away, but you have to look for confirmation. So now, let's see. Let me show you guys. Remember, when we take GJ, this was our point of interest. This is the very first trade we take on GJ. Probably, I don't know if you guys took, but like, yes, from here. So, what is the confirmation that GJ wants to go higher? I named two things for you guys. See, this was the last down candle before price tapped into this area. What did you see? Price engulfed this area. And now, price what? Traded back here. And if you miss this entry, there is a confirmation that price is going higher. You can just take this trade from here, or this high. Remember, this was this high we were targeting from day one. Could be your, let me take out this one so that you not get deceived. This one, you not get deceived. This and this. So when price traded into this area, then we now have a confirmation of price wants to go higher. So my stop loss is just 30 pips, and this is 1 to 5. Imagine to this area, which we did, is what? 1 to 13. Now, look, from here to here is almost 400 pips, but we caught this trade from this bottom right here to here. But nothing still lost because from here to this area is almost 400 pips. If you even drag it to where price was, it's 400 and something pips. But let's just say to here, which is this high here, is 390 something pips. What money do you want to make that 300 and something pips? So this retracement, I mean, we're still going to go higher, but like you could just be out from this trade. That's why when we are targeting, we target the highs and lows, close like 90% of your profit, just leave runner. If you want to like keep going, yeah, you have a backup that you can add more trade to right now. If you want to keep going higher, that you will not be on drawdown anymore. That's why we always leave runner. So in case you add more trade, then there is not going to be a drawdown to you in your real, like, in your account, your real money. But that runner will now cover the, loss if there will be a draw, like a pullback or something. But 90% of the position have to be closed like this. Do you understand now? You see price traded back and forth, back and forth. This area was not valid for me until price closed above this area. That is when I knew now it's now valid. That is why it traded back. The last down candle, we broke it. And from here, even if you go down to the lower time frame or something, you can still see we have a structure that was broken. Two things happen here. We have a fair value gap that you can use to trade above, or this consecutive candle right here. We didn't tap into the consecutive candle, but if you want to use the whole candle, we did tap it. But like for me, I like to use the body the most. You can also go down to the lower time frame again right here. It just depends on you, which time frame you want to go, how down you want to go. In this case, we have a high, a low, a higher high, and now again we still have a candle. Did we tap into it? No. When did we break it? Right here with this candle. So this one didn't really come in. Then you can now go to the 15 minutes time frame, just until you see what you want to see. And when did we tap into this area? Right here, high, low, then this higher high. This is when price broke above this with this candle. So what happened? If you want to use just this candle, this and this tap into it. But if I want to use the body, we didn't tap into it. So it's just your preference, however you want to trade. But I always use the body. But in this case, once I know something is valid for me, I just take it straight with my normal risk. But if you are looking for a confirmation, yeah, you can always find as much as you go down to lower time frame. But I don't want to go down to so much lower time frame just to look for entry or something for a trade like this. But I know what is valid and what is not valid. That is why I can able to trade something like this. Again, market structure. That is what it does for you if you understand your market structure and you understand how to navigate it. That's why I'm telling you guys now which one is going to be valid and which one is not going to be valid. Because I've been doing this, not today. So for this week, for this area to be valid, we need price to close above this high. For this area to be valid. That's why price came back down, probably to see opportunity to trade higher and fail to close above this one. Then we can now see a pullback. For people who think, hey, yeah, we're about to sell, now we are seeing this trend, they will not get clap later on. Then this area will now be valid again for we to pull back to and continue going higher. I hope this one is simple to understand.
Yes, I understood that part.
All right. So you're understanding now. And again, why? If you look at here, this is a failure swing. Here, we were supposed to create a new lower low, but we failed. We came here and now continue going higher, which also means that where is the last up candle before the price movement down? So is this candle right here. And what is this candle going to be? A breaker. A mitigation, not a breaker. A mitigation because it didn't take out the lows before it break above. So it failed to take out the low, so it's going to be a mitigation now. That is why we just have to close above this high first, then this area is now valid. Understood? or there is more question?
No,
Hmm?
I got that one.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
All right, all right, all right, all right. So yeah, this is what we have for your GJ as well. I would like to see higher prices. I would like to see higher prices because for sure we can see, price already engulf this area. So we're going to continue going higher, something like that. And if we can see that, or we can see a break of this structure right here, for we looking to trade, that's why we don't rush it. Look for price to break and close above that high. Then we can see a retest of this level and continue going to the upside to what close like we expect price to close above that area, you know, like then and just continue going higher. If we can see at least from this area, at least 200 pips or something, because price will always go back and forth, but like at least GGA to create 200 pips is nothing. So if we can see something like that, you can just target this high, for sure, because that is the next high, because it's higher than this high that we want price to close above. It took out the liquidity. So if you can target 200 pips, if we can give you 200 pips a day, yeah, today, then it will be also stop loss. See, 1 to 6 right here, 1 to 6.5, something like this. So you have to pay attention to how Asia session is going to trade. Asia session could just trade higher, 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 and London will come back to run the liquidity and probably continue. Or we will see anyway. We'll just see. We will see what is going on here. Asia starting 12. What, midnight, maybe 11 something. So we will see what happens. But this, I still expect higher prices. I still expect higher prices. And no question about that, yes? Hmm?
No.
No, I think I'm good.
All right. And GA. I know I'm the father of GA anyway, so. But we talk about this later on. Let's for this one. I still want price to here. This is the next level on GA, but yeah, we want to see price keep trading. And there is another level that is valid here. So this month, I just want to see price keep going higher. See price keep going higher to close, bullish very well. Then next month we can probably see, a pullback down. So for GA, I still want price go higher, except this week we broke this area. So I would like to see, a retest, maybe next week or somehow, I don't know when, but I would like to see a pullback into this level right here. This one that I marked out. I would like to see a pullback into that level. That's yet. We don't know when it's going to happen. So we will see by next week anyway, Monday, when we see if there is a setup for us to trade this market back down into this level. Because this is a lot of pips. It's a lot of pips. So, but we will see. For this week, we are done with GA. Something. We are done with GA. EN as well, this level. I still want price to even keep going higher. So that is what my plan is for EN. Like right here, I want price to, turn around and keep going higher from here. So we'll see for EN and GA what next week will bring for us. But for now, we just deal with GU and GJ. If GU will continue going down, we know our targets, and GJ as well. We know this
Can you
highs. What?
can you check on EJ, please?
Uh-huh. I will check on EJ.
Thank you.
Uh, EJ still have this range. I mean, it's the same, but you can see GJ took out this high, but EJ haven't taken out this high, or failed to take out this high before we pull back down, and we can look at the daily time frame. What structure is valid on the daily time frame? We have this area closed above, so which means this level is valid, and of course we also have a fair value gap right here. So but this level is the first level to get to before the fair value gap. We have liquidity run of this high as well, liquidity run of that high, and this is the weekly time frame. And right here we have this area. I don't know how EJ is going to trade. It could trade back into this level right here, because the weekly time frame we did close above this high. So this is the weekly time frame. So EJ might be selling back down to continue going higher as well into this level and continue going higher. Or it could decide to run those lows right here into this fair value gap, and as this is the daily time frame, we also have a level right here. See all those candles? They are levels. 1, 2, 3 candles. We have this low gets run, and this is when price move higher to break above this high. We haven't tested this level, so I know EJ and GJ, they kind of move similar, but yeah, on this time frame on EJ and EJ, you can see a lot of level, but this is the first level that we have. And on the daily time frame, we have this level right here. You can just label 1 day, but the weekly is more superior than the daily, so this is the weekly. So it could be price will just come back here and keep going higher. So for this, it's all the same, similar, but yeah, and we have the weekly fair value gap as well, but this is what we have. But on EJ, so the reason why you could just keep on selling or something is because it has already validated this area. That means this area is is now valid for price to trade back in and continue going higher. But we don't have any news, but GJ hasn't like closed above this kind of high, so which means it needs to go higher today before, it could be next week or something, but yeah, that is what we are seeing. But on EJ, you can see we already validated this area, so this area is now valid for we to trade back in and continue going higher. It could be this level or this fair value gap, but this is the first level. And once price gets here, we can be looking for trading opportunity. If we didn't have one, then wait for price to probably come back down to this fair value gap or something.
So, Andrew,
Mm-hmm.
I just want you to confirm if I understood what you just said. Yes?
Mm-hmm.
You just pointed out the weekly line of the last black candle
Mm-hmm.
on the weekly, and you
Mm-hmm.
said that point of interest is validated because
Price
the
traded
green
above this
candle
high.
in
Yes.
hand. So the structure was broken to the top side.
Yes.
Okay.
That's it. And that's why it's now valid.
Okay. Got it. Thank
Mm-hmm.
you.
Yes, ma'am. All right. Yeah, that is all we have. So you can be looking for selling opportunity if it might give you, maybe from this fair value gap back down. I don't know. It could be. We have a fair value gap from here daily. We created yesterday. So wait for price to trade back there, like in London session, and see. Let me see what we have here. It's high and the 4 hour. It's kind of level. Hmm. Wow, it's a lot of pips though. But yeah, for sure, this level is a very good level. It's a very good level. I know we have fair value gap here or something, but yeah, I like this kind of level. We have a high, a low, a high. So this low is liquidity. Price might go target. So once we have another low now, then we can see more lows to target. So this area, and probably take out this one. So I don't know, but this level has to hold price somehow. So once we trade into this area, we can start looking for buying opportunity as well to the upside. Except he wants to rebalance this inefficiency, because this is what price does. Rebalance inefficiency and what seeks the opposite side of the liquidity, seek liquidity or reprice area of liquidity, whatever, however you may understand. It could be a time to rebalance this inefficiency as well, or just trade back into this area of liquidity, because this area is now valid for price to trade back into, so he has two choice: either just mitigate this area and trade again away, or use the opportunity to rebalance this inefficiency. So this is the only two area. I mean, we have, this is for 1 day level, but yeah, this is weekly level, so they are more superior than the daily, kind of. So either we rebalance this inefficiency, or we reprice the area of liquidity, which is this other block. And where can we get entry from? This is when we have this inefficiency from the daily. And yeah, and this whole, you see, 1 2 3 4 5, anyway, this whole candles to the upside is also a point of interest, but this is from the 4 hour. It could hold price. It's not like it cannot hold price. It can hold price, but yeah, this is just all we have. Then we can see probably price coming back into this level. You understand?
Yes.
Yes.
This is how it works. This is how it works. So yeah, this level, I might just take this one out. I don't need this. So this is the closest to level that we have right here. So looking for selling, you can look for selling opportunity from this area back to this level or this level, and buying opportunity to create highs, and we will be looking for buying opportunity from these levels. Alrighty, that is for that. And yeah, if you have any question, you can shoot now before we round up. And of course, either Saturday or Sunday, I'm trying to figure out which one we will be doing our weekly outlook. We can also be doing it on Monday after market closure, if that is better, because market, Mondays are always shady. So we can do that after market closure, Mondays. Which one would you guys prefer, Mondays or Sundays?
I prefer Sunday.
Why? Because you want to trade on Monday?
No, because I don't want to analyze the chart when it's not moving.
It doesn't
Okay,
matter to me,
all
whichever
right.
day.
Yeah, maybe we can do Sundays, or Saturdays as well, just like Tao always do Saturdays. I mean, I don't show up so more, I just be like 5 minutes or something. But yeah, it's up
Um,
to you guys to
is there
decide.
is there any way that you could do, I mean, if we get to do like another training session, not necessarily going over the market, but like a
Yeah,
training session.
for sure.
But
Because I think we need to do market structure now.
but during the day, like not like around this time, like earlier, because I don't
Then
know. I'm
it has to be like probably like weekends.
oh, okay. Oh, because
Mm.
you're at work during the day, earlier during the day.
No, I might be doing other stuff, but I think we can do it like during the day as well, but it doesn't matter. So it's
Oh, okay.
it's
I'm
just
just
like
saying because for me it's more convenient earlier during the day because like around this time I already have the kids at home. We're doing dinner, practices, games, and everything. Both of my
hmm
kids play. My daughter plays softball, my son plays baseball, and if I'm not at practice, I'm at a game.
yeah, I
And
mean,
Well,
it's
then why don't you just like say what times are good for you, and then we can also see like if it works for us too. Because remember, we all have like different time zones.
yeah. Are you talking to me like what time works for me or him?
Yeah. So if you
for
can like
you,
put down,
Oh,
yeah,
for me, I'm
yeah.
available. I'm available from 8 a.m. my time till 3 p.m. my time.
so 8
Anytime
a.m.
after I can
8
like
a.m.
right now
your
I'm
time.
on, but I'm sorry.
I see 8 a.m. your time is like noon our time.
Yeah.
It's like
That's what I was
1
saying. I
p.m.
don't
or
know if
2
you're at
p.m.
work or you're
No, I
busy.
actually, yeah, I can do noon.
Okay.
Wait,
Yeah.
because you say you're on Texas time, right?
Yeah.
Hold on, let me see. What is this for me? Because Texas time to me is El Paso in Texas, Houston.
No, El Paso, Houston is my time.
Okay, so that's 6 hours difference for me now. So if it's 8 a.m. for you,
I
that would
mean,
be
we just
2 p.m.
figure that
my
out later. But
yeah, that would be
if
2
we have to
p.m.
go through market structure, it could be any day. Like it could be Saturdays because maybe everybody will be available or something.
Mhm.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, because that is going to be
Because
like
I I
so.
know Cherry, she's available at the same times I'm available during the day.
So yeah. I mean,
So,
just to make everything easier, like Saturdays, like everybody, I don't know, but like maybe most everybody are like free. Then we can just do like intense class regarding market structure.
Mm-hmm.
okay.
So everybody can literally also just practice or something
Mhm.
while we are on. So it's also I think it will be good because during the day or something, it depends on the day as well. Maybe people are busy and like they don't have much time to stay on for a long time or something. So
Mm-hmm.
I think it would be best weekend when we want to do like that kind of class.
Okay.
Yeah, it could be good like maybe Saturday of any time, but like yeah, but for sure we will definitely look at market structure before Monday. It
Okay.
could be it could be Sunday or something, but yeah.
All right, that sounds
And
good.
we're gonna record it too, yes? Because we have to record that.